change the setting for the microphone. Ali, just check your microphone setting. You're mute. Okay, let's start. Maybe she'll join again. So let's start with the quadratic equation. Let me explain you first what are quadratic equations, and then we would proceed to the three methods that would cover the quadratic equations. Okay. So, Ishal, what are quadratic equations? How do we identify quadratic equations?
They would probably like in the question they would be like given an equation from which we have to take out A, B, and C.
Sometimes there's no B or C. How do we identify the given equation? Either it's a linear or quadratic. Inha, what do you know? No idea? Just pass on the question. It's okay. Okay. Okay, students, let's start with the basic concept about the algebra. First of all, you need to understand that algebra is the branch of mathematics that deals with the variables, coefficients, and constants. Variables are those alphabets that we use in algebra. Constants are the numbers. Variables are called variables because their value varies. Like, for example, X, Y, Z, P, Q, R, A, B, C. These are some of the most common alphabets that we use in algebra. And the reason is that we find the unknown in algebra, and the unknown is represented with the alphabets, and it's called variable. Why it is called variable? Because its value varies from question to question. Like, for example, in question number 2, you're finding the value of x as 10, and then in the next question the value of x comes out to be -5. That's how it works. The value of x, y, z, or abc, it keep on changing from vary from question to question. That's why these alphabets are called variables. The numbers that we use, they are called constants. Why? Constant means something that does not change. So obviously, numbers, they don't change. If it's 9 in one book, it will be 9 in the other book or in any other curriculum. Okay. And then last thing, the part of algebra, which is coefficient. What are coefficients? Yes, Irha, what are coefficients?
It's a numbers which with any variable.
Exactly. Coefficient is the number that is multiplying with any of the variable. Okay, so constants are simple numbers, variables are alphabets, and coefficients are the numbers multiplying with the variable, and they are called coefficients because they increase the efficiency of the variable. Like, for example, if x has a value of 1, then 2x would become 2. So, in that way, they increase the value of variable when they are multiplying with the variable, and that's why those numbers which are multiplying with the variables, they are called coefficients. Now there is in algebra we have two things, an expression and an equation. What is an algebraic expression? If there is no equality sign, we call it as an algebraic expression. And if there is an equality sign, we call it as algebraic equation. That is the difference between an algebraic expression and an algebraic equation. In equation, we must have an equality sign, and in an expression, there would be no equality sign. Moreover, remember that expressions are always meant to be simplified. You cannot solve an expression, it's not possible. You can only solve an equation. Solving an equation means that to get the value of the variable that is involved in the equation. Simplifying And algebraic expression means to simplify it, to factorize it, to write it in the simplest form. So algebraic expressions are only simplified. You cannot solve an expression, but algebraic equations, they are meant to be solved. Equations are there so that we find the unknown variable involved in this equation. Now, how to identify that whether the given equation is linear, quadratic, or cubic? The easiest way is just check out the maximum power of the variable in the given equation. Like, for example, the one that is written on your screen, 7x plus 5 minus 3. Okay. Aline, are you audible? Do you have microphone issue, or is it possible for you to talk or yes? Aline Fayaz, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, Aline. So if you check out is my screen shared? Do you find 7x plus 5y minus 3 on the screen? Okay, how many variables are involved in this?
2,
Very well done. Two, which ones?
x and y.
Okay, and tell me, is that an expression or an equation?
Expression.
Exactly, expression, because there is no equality sign. Very well done. And what is the maximum power of the two variables that you have mentioned?
1.
1. So remember that if the maximum power of the variable in an equation is 1, we call it as linear expression or a linear equation. If there is equality sign, obviously, it will be a linear equation. And if there is no equality sign, we call it a linear expression. And if the maximum power of the variable is 2, that equation or expression is called quadratic expression or quadratic equation. Okay, Ishal, you find the two
Yes.
equations written in below 2x squared plus 3x minus 8 and x squared plus 7x minus 9.
What am I supposed to do?
Tell me what is the maximum power of the variable in those two
2.
expressions? 2. So what
2.
type of expressions are they?
Quadratic expression.
Quadratic expression. And if you just focus there, you will see that in a linear expression, there were two variables involved, x and y, and in the second one, t and s. But in the quadratic expressions, you will only find one variable, that is x. Agree? Now, girls,
Yes.
do you understand now that how to identify an expression or an equation, whether they are linear, cubic, or quadratic?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So
Yes.
just focus on to the maximum power. If the maximum power of the variable is 1, it's a linear equation. If the maximum power of the variable is 2, it's a quadratic or equation. And if the maximum power of variable is 3, that will be a cubic equation or expression. Now, let's understand methods to solve quadratic equations and linear equations. If you go this way, believe me, it will be much easier for you to understand each and every method with a quicker way. So that's the introduction to variable. Alphabets, which are highlighted in the greens, they are called variables. Numbers, which are multiplying with the variables, 7x, 5y. So 7 and 5 are 7 is the coefficient of x, 5 is the coefficient of y, and that plus 3 is a constant term. This is an algebraic expression. Just a second, I think I'm here. Yeah, we are here. Okay. Okay, starting off with this one. First, we will cover the quadratic and then the linear one. Okay. So there are three methods. Let me just check if I can. Yeah, starting. So quadratic equations. When the maximum power of variable is 2, we call it as a quadratic equation. And the standard form of quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c. This is called the standard form. Now, in standard form, what is a, Isha?
1.
Oh, A. What is A, right? Just on focus onto the equation ax squared plus bx plus c. So what is A in that?
Quadratic.
That's a quadratic equation. But do you agree that A is the coefficient of x squared
Yes.
and B is the coefficient of x
Yes.
and C means the constant term. Okay, you need to remember this thing that when a quadratic equation is written in a standard form, A means the coefficient of x squared, B means the coefficient of x, and C means the constant term. Now, an example is x squared minus 3x plus 5 equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation. X squared minus 3x plus 5, it's a quadratic expression. Always remember that quadratic equation form curves when we plot them on graph. These are some of the salient features of quadratic equation. Number one, they have a maximum power of the variable as 2. Number two, when we plot quadratic equation on the graph, they always form curves. And number three, that these quadratic equations, they always come up with two answers or two solutions or two values of the variable. Now, the question is, okay, I identify that the given equation is a quadratic equation, but now how to solve them or how to simplify the quadratic equation. So we have three methods to solve or simplify quadratic equations. And number one method is called factorization. Factorization is also called as middle term break method. And I'll show you why it's called middle term break method later on when we solve some questions. The second method to solve quadratic equation is the quadratic formula. Usually in exam, when you asked to give the answer up to two decimal place or round the answer to two decimal place, this is how they indicate that you must need to use quadratic formula. So students, always remember when the question would have this at the end of the question, when they mention that you need to give the answer correct to two decimal place, remember that it means that you must have to use quadratic formula. Now, what is quadratic formula? Quadratic formula is x equals to minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Irha, do you agree with me that the formula that shows here on the screen, they would give us two answers, one with the positive and the other with the negative, because the formula is minus b plus minus.
Yes, sir.
And that's why I write the two formulas separately in the circles. If you check out the two formulas written in the circles, it is minus b plus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And the second one is minus b minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So you will got two values of x. First, when there is plus sign between minus b and the square root, and the second value of the answer when there is a negative sign between minus b and square root. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is that what we said before, that the quadratic equation will always return us two values of the variable? Students, remember, if it's a linear equation, you will only get one answer for one variable. If it's a quadratic equation, you will get two solutions or two answers for each variable. And if it's a cubic equation, you will get three answers for the variable. So it depends on the equation. Quadratic equation always give us two answers. Now, the third method is called the completing the square method. And that is considered as the difficult method to solve quadratic equation as compared with the factorization and with the quadratic formula. Girls, down till here. Do you
Yes,
all
sir.
understand that we have three methods to solve quadratic equation, starting off with factorization, then quadratic formula, and then completing the square method? And do you all understand that we identify a quadratic equation with the maximum power of variable as 2? So when there is a maximum power of variable 2, we call it a quadratic equation. And quadratic equation, they always form curves when they are plotted on the graph like this one. Okay? So this is how quadratic equations they look like when they are plotted on the graph. And we always get two answers or two solutions when we solve the quadratic equations. Now let's start with the first method, which is factorization. Okay? And then we solve few questions from the factorization, then we'll move on to the quadratic formula and then the completing square. Okay, girls?
Okay.
Okay, let's start. So we'll see. Okay, now before we proceed, we need to solve just for the warm-up thing. We need to solve few of the questions that are just simple factorization when they don't have a middle term question there. So let me show you. Okay, Isha, can we add horses to donkeys?
Um, no.
Yeah. Can we add cars to buses? Like, for example, if there are 10 cars and 12 buses, is it correct to say that there are 20 cars or 22 cars or 22 buses?
No.
Why? Because only like things can be added or subtracted. That's what we know.
Yes.
Yes, so that's why you can't add horses to donkeys because only like terms are meant to be added. Now over here, do we have any like terms in 12x squared plus 15xy minus 9x?
X.
There is no like term. It is x squared. This one is x. This one is xy. Do we have any like term here? No. There is no like term. And Isha, what type of equation is that?
This is quadratic.
This is the quadratic equation because the maximum power of the variable is 2. Now we need to factorize this and tell me whether it's an expression or an equation. That's an expression. Got it?
Yes.
What does it mean? It means that you can't solve it. You can only simplify or factorize it. So let's check how we can factorize. So what we'll do? We take x. Is x common in all three terms? Agree? Do we have
yes,
x in all
Yes.
terms? Yes. What number is common between 12, 15, and 9?
3.
3,
3. So we take 3x common. Inside the bracket, it will be 4 because 3, 4 times 12. And one of the x is gone outside the bracket, so we're only left with 1x plus 3, 5 times 15. There was only 1x. It goes out of the bracket, so we only left with the y minus out of 9. 3 goes out of the brackets. We left with 3 because 3 times 9. And there was only 1x with the 9. It goes out. That's how we factorized it. Is it factorized? Can we factorize it further? Can we simplify it further?
No.
No. Okay. Now moving on to the expansion of this bracket. Now, Aline, could you please help me out expanding these brackets? Do you know how we expand the brackets?
Yeah.
Yes, please. So, first of all, what we do, we multiply the first element of the first bracket with the first element of the second bracket. It will generate what? 5 3 times 15. And then we multiply the first element with this of the first bracket with the second element of the second bracket. So 5 times plus n is 5n. Agree? And
Yes.
now we need to multiply the second element of the first bracket with the first element. Minus n times 3 is minus 3n. And then minus n times plus n is minus n squared. Students, doubt?
No.
No. Do we have like terms here? Yes. Yeah, we do have the two like terms. What are the like terms here? This is the like term. Do you agree that plus 5n and minus 3n are the like terms? And we add up the like terms just like the number, we added the number. So plus 5 minus 3 is plus 2.
Yes.
So you can't further simplify this one. No, you can. But we'll do it later. They just want us to expand the bracket. We'll do the simplification later on. Students doubt. No doubt. Moving on to question number 3. Quickly, do we have 4 common between 12 and 4? And among the variables, do we have n as common here? So when
Yes.
4n goes outside, we left with 3n because 4n times 3n is 12n square. And out of 4mn, 4n goes out, only left with m. Students doubt. No doubt.
No.
Okay, 14x minus 21 by 7 is common here. So 2x minus 3y because 7 3 times 21, 7 2 times 14, and there is no variable common between 14x and 21y. Agree?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Now this one, 4x squared minus 8x, we take 4 common, and among the variables we have x common. So we left with x minus 2, 4 times 8. X is already gone out, left with y only. These are just warm-up questions, students. So don't worry, I know that you find them way more easier. But let's start this one. Question number 6. Simplify because this one is just an expression. Irha, you know the whole square formulas.
Yes, sir.
So what is a plus b whole square?
A square plus 2ab plus b square.
Very well done. And what about a minus b whole square?
A square plus 2ab minus b square.
No. A squared minus 2ab plus b square. Okay.
Yes.
Now let's expand the bracket. We have 4 outside the bracket, and then I'll write a bracket here, and I will write this formula. Do you agree that it is a minus b whole square formula, which is a square to ab? A is x here, b is 6 plus b square. Students, down. There is easier way to solve this one as well. Let's go with an easier way. No need to expand. So 4. Can I write x minus 6 whole square as x minus 6 times x minus 6? Yes, students. That's what 7 square.
Yes.
7 square means what? 7 times 7. So obviously x minus 6 whole square means x minus 6 into x minus 6. And then you can cancel one of the x minus 6 with the one that is in the denominator. So you're left with 4 into x minus 6. Agree? And if you expand the bracket, it will be what? 4x minus 24. Because 4x times 4x, 4 6 times minus 24. Minus 6 times minus 24. Agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Expand this one. This must need to be expanded. So x plus 4 whole square means a plus b whole square. And the formula is a square plus 2ab plus b. Agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Now let's expand this one using the same formula, whole square formula. A square, so a is x, so x square. Let me just decrease the thickness of the pen here. So a square plus 2a b is 4 plus b square. This is the correct expansion. Yes, Aline and Ishal.
Yes.
Plus, and then we need to multiply this 5 inside the bracket. So 5 3 times, 15 plus 5 2 times, 10. Let's expand the bracket. X square plus 8x because 2 times 4 is 8 plus 4 square is 16. Do we have like terms here?
Yes.
Yeah, we do have this one like term with this one, and then we have constant like terms there. Yeah, so like terms. So x square plus 8x plus 15x is plus 23x, and plus 16 plus 10 is plus 26. Now, students,
No, sir.
now this one. 4 times 5w is 20w. We are expanding the bracket. 4 times 3 is 12. Minus 2 times w is minus 2w. Minus 2 times minus 1 is plus 2. Like terms, do we have like terms here? Yes, we do have like terms. These are the like terms. 20w minus 2w is 18w. 12 plus 2 is plus 14. Doubt?
No.
Not at all. Okay, got done. Now, m cube plus m, we take m common, then inside the bracket it will be m squared plus 1. It's simple, but sometimes students got confused. Students, do you understand how I take m common and then inside the bracket become m square plus m1? 1, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and what do you know about the difference of square formula? You know difference of square formula? A square minus b square. What is that?
A
A
plus
plus
B and
b
A minus B also.
minus b. Very well done. Can I write 25 as the square of 5? Yes.
Yes.
Do you agree that 5 is 25 is the square of 5?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, do you agree that it looks like a square minus b square? This one. Is that a square minus b square?
Yes.
Yes. So how will write it? A plus b into a minus b?
Yes.
Exactly. Now the time come for the middle term break. Until now, we have done just simple factorization. In factorization, we have the most important one that is called the middle term break method. Now the question is how is why it is called middle term break method? First of all, is that is that an expression or an equation?
Expression.
Expression. Which type of expression is that?
Quadratic.
Linear,
Quadratic. Check the
quadratic is
maximum.
two.
Yeah, because the maximum power of variable is 2. That's why it is a quadratic expression. And how many methods are there to solve the quadratic expression? We can factorize it. If it's an expression, we can only factorize it. You can't use quadratic formula because there is no equality in there. And you can also use completing the square method for either factorization, but we are doing factorization here. So let me show you how we factorize it. Okay, girls, I need your focus here. There are only 2 to 3 steps involved in the middle term break method, which is the factorization method for a quadratic equation or an expression. But I need to focus here. So first of all, what we do, we multiply the coefficient of x squared. What is the coefficient of x squared, by the way?
1.
Is that plus 1? Do you agree that the coefficient of x squared, when there is nothing, there is 1? So do you agree that the coefficient of x squared is plus 1 here?
Yes.
Yes.
So what we do, we multiply this coefficient of x squared with the constant term. Do you agree that minus 28 is the constant term?
Yes.
We
Yes.
multiply it. So we multiply, what do we get after multiplying plus 1 with minus 28? Minus 28, agree?
Yes.
And then
Yes.
Yes.
we look for the middle value. What do we have in the middle? The coefficient of x, which is plus 3. Now you need to find two numbers that would multiply to give minus 28, and when they added or subtracted, they must give a value of plus 3. So girls, do you know any two numbers that would multiply to give minus 28 and plus 3 when added or subtracted?
4 and 7.
Very well done. Which 4 and which 7? Come up with the signs. Okay, let me show you. Is it correct to say that plus 7 when multiplied with minus 4, it generates minus 28? Agree or not? And when plus 7 is added to minus 4, it will generate what? Plus 3. So are the conditions satisfied? Okay. Now, let me tell you the second step. Once you find those two numbers, which give you the product and the sum, you just need to write this expression or equation. Just write x squared and minus 28 as it is and break the middle term. How? Like this. So x squared and minus 28 must be written like as it is. And plus 3x is broken down into plus 7x minus 4x. Is it okay If I break down this plus 3x into plus 7x and minus 4x, check. Is it correct that we can write this one? Yeah. Can I write plus
Yeah.
3x as plus 7x and minus 4x? I break it down. Do you agree that I break it down? And that is why it is called middle term break method. Are we breaking the middle term?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are breaking the y. We are breaking the middle term and it is obviously seen here. Why? Look, because minus 28 is as it is and x square is as it is. So we just break the middle term. Now, what's the next step? The next step is to take common from the first two terms. What is common between the first two terms?
X.
X.
So inside the bracket, it will be x plus 7 minus from the second two term, minus 4 is common. Then inside the bracket, the sign would change. Do you agree that the sign change? What's the reason why the sign change from minus to plus?
Minus
Because
minus
minus
plus.
has and minus.
Yes, exactly. Because it's a rule that whenever you take a negative sign common, that inside the bracket the sign would change. Students always remember that if you are doing everything correctly, then this and this would come up same. If you're getting these two brackets different, obviously you're doing something wrong. So for the in factorization, when you are getting these two brackets same, it means that you are doing it correctly. And then we take one factor as x minus 4 and the other factor as x plus 7. This was the expression, and that's why you can't go further because it's an expression. So for an expression, you can only simplify it. You cannot solve. Doubt girls.
No, sir.
No doubt at all.
No.
Okay, now we are leaving this question number 9. We are not leaving it forever. Like we are leaving it because we haven't done the completing square method. We are only focusing on factorization. Let's solve a few more questions of factorization. So that was an easier one. No need to focus here, like, but okay, if we go with the 2x, 2x is common between 2x and minus 4x. Why? Then in the bracket we have, when everything goes out, it is only the one that left in the bracket. And out of 4x, 2x goes out. So it's 2y that remains there. Girls, doubt.
No, sir.
What about this one? How will solve this one, Ishal?
First we're going to take out the common, but W is not going to be common because 100 doesn't have it. And
There is nothing common between these two
yeah,
terms.
so it's 9W square minus 100.
Yeah. So what do we do now?
Leave it as there's nothing common.
No, but they say factorize it. Okay. Am I pronunciating your name correctly? Ali? Ali?
Yes,
So Ali, how will solve this one?
by using the
Yeah.
identity,
Okay, which one?
the a plus b square, a minus b square one.
Okay, so very well done. So Irha, what's the formula?
There is a square minus b square equals a plus b and a minus b.
Exactly. This is called difference of square formula. Okay, because we have a difference of square. Let me show you how we have a difference of square. So can I write 9w as 3w's whole square?
Yes.
And what
Yes.
about 100? 100 could be written as 10 square, correct?
Yes.
Now, do we have a square minus b square here?
Yes.
Yes.
And then the simplification is a plus b into a minus b. Students, doubt?
No.
No doubt? Okay. Now let's take p common. If you take p common, then it will be m plus n. And from the second two term, we take minus 6q common. If we take minus 6q common, then it will be m. And the sign would change to plus, and there would only left n. So if you're getting these two brackets same, it means that you are simplifying it correctly. If you're not getting these brackets same, it means that something is wrong with your calculations. Students, doubt?
No.
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 Let's move on to further harder questions here. So, Ali, how will solve this one? Tell me what are the rules that we follow? What is the first step?
Uh,
We multiply the coefficient of x squared with this constant number. That is the rule. And what it generates? Plus 1 times minus 132 is minus 132. Students, do you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
And
yes.
the middle term is, what is the middle term here?
Minus.
Here it is
Minus.
minus 1 because when there is nothing, there is 1. Okay. Now we need to find two numbers. Okay, tell me, girls, are like because in IGCSE there are two papers. One is a calculator paper and the other one is a non-calculator paper. So what about you people? You are in 8th grade. Are you getting calculator access in exam or no?
Yes.
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 Oh, okay, so you have the calculator in exam. Okay, you can hold your calculators to find these number which could give you, look, 12 times 11, is that 132?
Yes.
So we need to find it. Okay, so minus 12 times positive 11 is minus 132. And minus 12, when added to plus 11, it gives you minus 1. So what we need to do, you'll write square as it is and minus 132 as it is and need to break the middle term. So minus 1x is broken down in this way. Minus 12x plus 1 plus 11x. Yes. Do you agree that minus 12x plus 11x is minus 1x?
Yes.
And then we take
Yes.
x common from the first two terms. It will be x minus 12 plus and then plus 11 from the next two terms. It will be x minus 12 because 11 12 times is 132. There will be no change in sign because there is a positive outside. It's not negative. And then we make these as the factors x plus 11 and x minus 12. Students doubt.
No.
No.
No doubt. Okay, great. This one, simple. Take x common and then inside the bracket we will have x squared minus 4. Irha, are we done?
Yes, sir.
No. Why? Check. Don't we have a whole square difference of square formula just made up in the bracket?
Yes, sir. It would be x and then in bracket x plus 2 and x minus 2.
Are we done now?
Yes.
Yes, now. So you need to focus. Don't miss this thing that sometimes it looks like that we are done with the simplification, but there lies further simplification. Just like here, x squared minus 4 is not simplified completely. We need to apply difference of square formula to simplify, okay? Okay, so Ishal, how will solve this one?
So we're going to do, there's nothing common, so we're going to 9t square minus u square.
Hmm?
And then after that, we're going to do
Find some square.
take t out of like a t and then bracket open 9 multiply 9t bracket
Hmm.
close and then u and bracket open u.
Oh, no. You can't. Okay, look, Isha, the thing is very simple. Whensoever there is a square number with the square variable, you always go with the difference of square formula. Isn't it correct to write 90 whole square as 90 square as 3t whole square? What about this? Can I write 90 square as 3t whole square?
Yes.
And what about u square? Can I write u square as u whole square?
Yes.
Do you remember any formula that would be applied here?
A square like bracket open a square a bracket open a square plus b square equals to a minus b whole square and a plus b whole square.
You must need to memorize this formula before your exam on Sunday. The formula is this. If you have a difference of square, is that a difference of square? Do you agree that negative sign, minus or subtraction means the difference? Sum means to add, difference means to subtract, product means to multiply, quotient means to divide. So do you agree that subtraction means the difference? That's how we find the difference in temperature, different in volume by subtracting the two quantities.
Yes.
So this is called difference of squares. Do you agree that it is the difference of the two squares, a squared minus b squared? Is that the difference of squares?
Yes.
And that is simplified to a plus b into a minus b. Now over here we have a as 3t. So a and b as u. So a plus b into a minus. Got it or not?
Yes.
So you must need to memorize, remember this formula. Okay? Got it?
Yes.
Now, okay. Isha, tell me how to solve this one.
So first of all, we're going to take 2 common.
Very well
That would
done.
give us c minus 2d
Very well
and
done.
bracket close. And now you're going to take p common.
Okay, minus b you mean.
Uh,
Yeah.
yes, minus p. And then bracket open c minus 2d. And now you're going to do 2 minus p and bracket open c minus 2d.
Exactly. Moving on to the next one, 15c squared minus 15 5c. We take 5c common inside the bracket, 3c. 3c minus 1. We're done. No further simplification. Reach, am I audible to you?
Yes.
Okay. So moving on here. Let's leave these questions because we have done a lot of easier questions. We need to focus on to further few more questions from factorization, and then we'll start the quadratic formula, and then later on the completing square method. So, Aline, How will solve this one?
We're going to take the a square minus b square.
Okay, what is A here?
4b.
Don't you agree with 2p? Is 2p whole square? Is 4p square can be written as 2p whole square?
Yes.
Yes.
And 9 could be written as 3
B
square.
square.
So what do we have? A square minus b square here. And what is the simplification of a square minus b square? It's a plus b, bracket close, a minus b. Yes, students.
Yes.
Harish, do you know the difference of square formula? This
Yes.
one? Yeah, this one. A squared minus b squared is a plus b into a minus b. Okay, let's move on, see where we could find the difficult questions. Yeah, this one. Okay, Areej, could you please help us solving this one? Or just pass if you didn't understand the question.
Uh, we'll write 3a square.
3a squared, like this.
Yes. Minus
But
12b square.
no, you can't do this. 3 is not a square number. 12 is not a square number. So what should we do now? This is not applicable here. You need to do some alteration before you apply this formula. And
We
let,
can take common.
yes, okay, tell me how.
3 will be outside and then a square minus 4b. 4b
Very well
square.
done. Very well done. And now what would you do in the next step?
Mm, 3 and then in the brackets a plus b, a minus 4b, 2b.
No, first we make it a complete square. So can we write a square as a whole square?
Yes.
And can we write 4b square as 2b's whole square?
Yes.
And now we will apply the formula. We have a square minus b square. Now at this step, we'll write it as a plus b. A is a and b is 2b. And then a minus b, b is 2b here. Students, if you have doubt understanding the difference of square formula, let me know. I'll explain it again. Don't hesitate. You may ask any question. You can interrupt me if you think that I'm going too fast. Stop me right there. If you think you didn't understand any of the steps, stop me right there. You can ask me multiple times for any confusion or doubt you have. Okay? So
Okay.
no doubt.
No.
Leave this one easier. Now, this is the one question. Let me tell you, these are the topical past paper questions. So you don't need to worry about the preparation. Inshallah, the school exam would come from these papers. So you don't need to worry. Okay. We are not doing any book questions or easier questions. We are doing the topical past paper. These are the questions that have been appeared in IGCSE exam in the past years. Now, this one is a question, and it like most of the students, I don't know why, but most of the students they got stuck. Usually, this question appear in exam, school exam, and mock exams, but most of the students they got stuck in these kind of questions. Now, is there anyone who can solve this question for me? That obviously the verbally just help me out solving this question, telling me stepwise.
Can we cut h plus k with the
Hmm?
other one time?
No, but like how? This is an expression. This is how we cut this one like this. This is
Yes.
like you can cut. No, you can't. It's an expression.
Sir,
Okay,
we
what
can
else?
take a greatest common factor.
Very well done. Yes, that's how it moves. Like, so do you agree that first of all, just focus on to the numbers? We have 7 and 21. So do you agree that 7 is common among 7 and 21?
Yes.
Okay. And now check out the other thing. Like, do we have h plus k and h plus k in both terms?
Yes.
And what if we have x squared and x in the two terms? What we do take common? Obviously, we take x common, the lowest one. So over here, do you agree that we can take h plus k common? Try to understand. We have h plus k square and h plus k with the power 1. Just like we sometimes we have x squared and x in the other term. So when we have x squared and x in the terms, we take x common. Similarly, we have h plus k square and h plus k, so we take h plus k common. Now tell me what do we left with
H
in
plus
the
K minus 3.
h plus k is, yeah, because 7 goes out. One of the h plus k also goes out. So we only left with h plus k minus among this second term, h plus k goes out. So out of 21, 7 goes out. So we only left with 3. Yes,
Yes.
students? Exactly. And there is no way to further simplify it. Yeah, but we can do it in one try, like 7h plus 7k h plus k minus 3. Agree? You can also keep the above one as the answer. Both would be considered correct as the answer. Either you expand the bracket or not. Okay? Both are answers. Any of them would be given as the answer. Yes, girls? Doubt?
No.
No, sir.
Easier one, easier. That's a completing square. So we'll come back to this question once we're done with the completing square. So I need to check to if we could find more difficult questions from the middle term break because we have solved a very few questions from the middle term break. We will not waste time with the quadratic formula because that's a very easy thing to solve. Okay, let me check if I have the questions from quadratic formula, quadratic formula. Yeah, this one. Why not to factorize it? If yeah, they ask us to factorize. Okay. So girls, one more time. How do we factorize? First of all, is it an expression or an equation?
Expression.
Expression.
Okay, can we solve it? No.
No.
We can only simplify or factorize it. So starting off with the factorization, which is the middle term break method. So first of all, in the first step, we multiply the coefficient of x squared with this constant term, what it will generate.
Negative 24.
Negative 24. And then we look for the middle, like when we look for the coefficient of the x, which is in the middle, what is that? Plus 2.
Plus 2.
Now, you need to find two numbers that will multiply to give minus 24 and plus 2 when added. What about minus 6 multiplied with plus 4? What it will generate? Minus 24 and
Yes.
minus 6 when added with plus 4, what it will give? No, it won't give plus 2, so we need to revert the signs. What if we multiply 6 with the minus 4? And that's added 6 in minus 4. Do you agree that we'll get plus 2?
Yes.
Yep.
Agree? So these are the two numbers we were looking for. So we write 3x square as it is and minus 8 as it is, and we break the middle term. So plus 2x is broken down into plus 6x minus 4x. Do you agree?
Yes.
That's why it is called middle
Yes.
term break, because we break the middle term. Yeah, did we break the middle term?
Yes.
Exactly. Now what we do, we'll take common from the first two. So the first two terms we take common is 3x. Agree that 3x must be common from the first two terms. And then minus 4 from the second two term, it will be x plus 2 because the sign changes. There is a negative sign outside the bracket, so the sign must need to change inside the bracket. Now,
No.
No.
if you have any doubt, let me know. I'll explain it again. No doubt? Sure.
Yes.
Now check. In part B, they want us to solve the equation. Do you find any similarity between part A and B? Is that the same expression written with the equality sign to make it equation?
Yes.
Yes.
So is it like obviously check how many marks it carries? Only
One.
one mark, which means that you don't need to do everything again. Rather, you just need to use the same. So is it correct that when they say that 3x square plus 2x minus 8 equals to 0. Is it correct to write 3x minus 4 instead of this 3x minus 4 and x plus 2? Because that's what we do in the previous part. We simplify the above quadratic equation into this. Yeah, agree? Because this is the answer from the previous part. Did we factorize this quadratic equation 3x squared plus 2x minus 8 into 3x minus 4 into x plus 2? Agree?
Yes.
Now
Yes.
tell me, okay, now tell me when two numbers are multiplied. Suppose we have number A and number B. Suppose that they are number. If the two numbers are multiplied and if they give zero, what does it mean? It means either A is zero or B is zero. Do you agree that if the two numbers are multiplied and if they are giving a product zero, it means either one of them is zero. That's why the product is zero.
Yes.
Yes.
And similarly here, we do either or. Now check. Do you agree that these two factors are multiplying and giving a product as zero? Which means either of them would be zero, like this. You understand how we extract the values of x?
Yes.
This is the common step
Yes.
that you know. I know that you already know this step, but I suppose that you are not familiar with why we do this step. Huh? But now you get familiar. Do you understand why we every time when we reach to this step, either or? Because these two factors are multiplying. Just check out the purple factors, this one and this one. Are they multiplying and giving a product zero? Which means that either
Yes.
of them will be zero. Okay. So do you understand now that why we write either or and we get the values? Because when the two
Yes.
factors are multiplying and giving a product zero, it means either the first one is zero or the second one is zero. Students down.
No.
Okay, so let's have a 5-minute break for the Maghrib prayer and we'll be back. Okay, solving quadratic formula. If we got few questions from the factorization as well. Okay. Okay, girls, we are going on a 5 minute break, rather 10 minute break. Okay, it's 5:10 in my location, Riyadh. So I'll be back at 5:20. It's a Maghrib prayer break, a 10 minute break. So 5:10 we are starting the break, and 5:20 we'll resume back solving quadratic formula and the completing square method. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So just keep your mic mute and don't leave the meeting. And if you wish to leave the meeting, you can. Then join back again. That's your choice. Either to keep your microphone mute or leave the meeting. I'm not leaving the meeting. My microphone would be on mute. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, students, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. So just searching for the factorization questions. Why we are leaving these ones? Because they say answer must be correct to two decimal place. And we know that any question that refers to the answer to two decimal place, always remember that we need to solve that with the quadratic
Quadratic
formula.
formula.
Okay, now let's simplify. That's a linear equation also. Now this one. Okay, let's solve this one. They say that solve the equations. Now let's solve part B only because it's a quadratic equation. It's an equation and we use factorization. Let's see if the fact, look, let me tell you one thing. The important thing here to mention is that not every quadratic equation is solvable using the factorization, which is also called as middle term break method. Okay, so this is the question: x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals to 0. So the first step is we multiply the coefficient of x squared with this constant number and it will generate plus 1 times minus 4. Minus 4 would be generated. And then we need to check the coefficient of x, which is the middle term. It's minus 3. So do we have any two numbers that would give us minus 4 when multiplied and minus 3 when added?
1 and
I
4.
think 1 and 4. Which 1 and which 4? You must need to come up with the sign. Yeah. Minus 4 multiplied with positive
Plus
1
1.
generates minus 4. Okay. And then minus 4 when added with the plus 1, it gives minus 3. Yes. Is satisfied? Now we write x squared and minus 4 as it is. And in the middle, we break this minus 3x into minus 4x plus 1x. Agree?
Yes.
Yes. Equals to 0. So we take x common from the first two term, it will be x minus 4. And then we take plus, when there is nothing common. Do we have anything common between x plus x and minus 4? Nothing common. So when there is nothing common, you can take 1 as common because 1 is common to all. Do you agree that 1 is common to all?
Yes.
Yes.
Then it's x plus 1 times x minus 4 equals to 0. Now what we'll do? This is an equation. It's not an expression that will keep it till here. And we know that in an equation, we need to get the values of the variable. So the variable is x here. So they are multiplying to give a product of 0. So obviously either x plus 1 is 0 or
X
x
minus
minus
4.
4. And then we move this 1 to the right hand side, it will become minus 1. We move this minus 4 to the right hand side, it will become plus 4. So these are the two. Why we are getting two answers? Because
Because there are two, like
because
x
yeah,
plus
because
1 and x minus 4.
no, we are getting two answers
Because A
because
into B is equals to 0. So either one of them is 0.
yeah, that's correct. But the reason of two answer is that it is a quadratic equation. And we always get two answers for a quadratic equation. Okay. Now, question number 9 is to the two decimal place. Students, any doubt understanding the middle term break method, which is the factorization?
No.
Doubt?
Nope.
Okay. Need to check whether we have further questions here. We're done with these ones as well. We have no more questions for the middle term break. Now, okay, just one more question from here. How will solve this one? Yes. Any idea?
We can take 8 common, or yeah.
We can take 8 common. Okay, but how we can take 8 common? 162 is not divisible by 8. So we cannot take 8 as common.
If there's any square that
Mhm. But
like
162 is not a square number. 8 is not, neither the 8 is a square number, nor the
We can take 2
162.
common.
Yes, that's the correct solution. So when we take 2 common, then inside the bracket, we would have 81. Agree? Is it 81 times 2, 162?
yes,
And 2, 4 times 8?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
we do have square numbers. Can I write 81 as 9 square
yes,
and 4t square as 2t's whole square?
yes,
Now we have a square minus b square, which is the difference of square formula, and it could be written as a plus b into a
minus b.
minus b. Can we simplify it further? No, because it's an expression. Doubt? I'm
No,
just leaving those questions just because they are way more easier. So you don't need to waste your time on those questions. So now let's move on to the second method, which is called quadratic formula. First one, we are done with this factorization. We have solved a lot of questions from factorization, the middle term and the simpler ones. So we are done with this method. There are three methods to solve quadratic equations: factorization, quadratic formula, and the completing square method. Now we're heading towards the quadratic formula. Remember that the standard form of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the constant term, the number. Okay? And once, look, remember that if the quadratic equation is not written in the standard form, you need to first convert it into standard form. I'll let you know how. But remember that when we are using quadratic formula, you first need to convert the equation into standard form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. And then we apply the formula. Formula is to find the values of x. The formula is x equals to minus b plus minus root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And in that way, you'll get the two answers. And I'll let you know the calculator hack to get the correct answer without any mistake or error while dealing with this equation in the calculator. Okay, let's start. Okay, students, remember that you also need to understand that when to use which method. Okay, so whensoever they mention that whensoever they provide you with the quadratic equation and they ask you to give your answer correct to two decimal place, this means that they want you to solve it through quadratic formula. Now let's solve this question. So the given equation is 5x squared plus 10x plus 2 equals to 0. Now, once you got this equation, you first need to check whether it is written in a standard form. What do you think? Is it written in a standard form?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. What is standard form? Standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Now you can identify the value. So what is a here? Is that
5.
plus 5?
5,
Very well done. What is b?
10.
10,
10.
B is plus 10. Always come with a sign. And what is C?
2.
Plus
2,
2.
Plus 2. Very well done. Now, once you're done with the values of A, B, and C, mute your mic, Ishal. You have a background noise coming, okay? You can unmute your mic if you want to ask any question, but during my explanation, you need to keep your mic mute. So to avoid any background noise. Now, over here, we need to write quadratic formula. So what is the quadratic formula? Quadratic formula is x equals to minus b plus minus. Why do we have plus minus? Any justification?
Because one of the answers in positive value and one is in negative.
We have this plus and minus because it's a quadratic equation, and you know that in a quadratic equation, you always get two answers. Agree?
Yes.
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 That's why it's plus and minus here, because there will be two answers or two solutions for the x. One comes with the plus sign and the other comes with the negative sign. Okay? Over to A. Now, let's substitute these values. I will tell you how to get the correct answer. Now, there are two ways. One is a complex way, the other one is a simpler way. But for remember that it requires calculator. Can you get answer to two decimal place manually without calculator? No. So when they ask you to correct to two decimal place, obviously this will come in a calculator based paper because you can't give answer to two decimal place without the calculator. Now let's substitute the values. So minus b, what is b? B is 10. Plus minus square root of b square. B is 10, so must be 10 square minus 4 AC. A is 5, C is 2. Down, students?
no, sir.
And then 2A, 2 times, what is A? 5. Now, on this step, I want you to hold your calculators. Okay, Aline, Ishal, and Arij, Irha, do you all have your calculators with you?
Yes, sir.
Are these calculators FX991 ES, Casio?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, if you have a different calculator, do let me know. I'll explain you how to solve this one now. But first of all, let me write some steps here that you need to follow. So first of all, you will press mod. After mod, you press 5 that represents equation. If you check there is an option 5 that says EQN. After pressing this one, you need to press 3 because 3 in 3, you will in option number 3, you will see a quadratic equation. Are you seeing a quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c on option number 3?
Yes.
And once you are done with pressing 3, you need to substitute the value of A, B, and C. So what is your A? 5. Enter 5, press equals to, so that it will goes into A. Then they want you to enter the value of B, which is 10. Enter 10, press equals to. And then at last, they want you to enter the value of C, that is 2, press equals to. And then again press equals to. You'll get the first value of X, which is represented with the X1. Now, you may be wondering how to get the decimal value. Just check out the button just above the delete button. SD. Do you find SD button? Simple to decimal. It is below cos. Above delete button, below cos button, press SD. What you are getting? Yes, anyone. Yes, Kirha. What you are getting on your calculator?
Sir,
Sir,
Yes.
my
when I do mode and 5, it's not like
You have a different calculator?
FX82ES plus Casio.
So it doesn't have that option?
When I do mode setup, it gives me comp, stat, and table.
No, you don't need to do mod setup. Just press mod. Don't put shift.
No,
Press mod.
I have like one whole value written as mode setup.
Mod setup. Press mod. Don't you find equations? You find equation EQN. Just search for this option in your calculator. EQN. You'll find equations. What about Aleen? Aleen?
Sir, I
I
also have a
also
different calculator.
Okay, Aleen. Which calculator you have? No? Okay, now let me tell you girls other way of solving this one if you don't have. Irha, do you have that calculator FX991ES?
no sir.
Okay, now please girls, understand if you do not have that calculator, how to solve it. Okay, now let me just take this out because no one, that is called the FX991ES, and I will suggest you to brought like this one. Buy FX991ES because this calculator will help you out till your university and it is allowed in IGCSE exam. It will help you a lot. Now, let's understand how we solve this one without the mod option. Okay? Now, girls, do you all have fraction sign in your calculators?
Yes sir.
Obviously. Okay. Now press fraction sign and then in the numerator, write this equation with the plus sign. Please focus. Write this everything, but with the plus sign in between. Just ignore the negative sign. Okay. And tell me what is your answer.
Sir, minus 0.22.
Minus 0.225403333308.
Yes.
Okay. So one of you got it. Here, how about that one if I'm not wrong?
5 plus under root 15 divided by 5.
Okay, but just press the SD button to convert it into decimal. What is your decimal value?
1.7
No, must come on. Did you use what? Did you use positive in between or negative
Yes,
sign? Okay,
positive.
arrange what value you are getting. Aline, what is your value?
3.7.
I think you're making mistake. Okay, let me tell you one more time. You just need to put. Do you see this black and circle thing?
Sir, now I'm getting 2.18.
Getting 2.18. How is that possible? No, there must be. Okay, you're doing something wrong. Are you putting brackets, girls? Are you putting brackets?
No.
That is wrong. You need to put brackets.
Okay.
Just, just put this thing as it is. As it is. Do you see this one? Let me highlight this. Just put that in your, even if you have a simple calculator, you can put this yellow highlighted entire expression in your calculator. Also put negative sign before 10. Yes, girls. Put this one in your calculator and let me know your answers in decimal. Irha, what you have got?
Sir, minus 0.225403333.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. Those are you getting minus 0.2254? Use brackets. And if you do not have a fraction button in your calculator, just first solve the numerator and then divide it by 10. You can also go it like this way, minus 10 bracket, minus bracket open, 10 bracket close, plus, and then square root sign. And inside the square root, 10 square minus 4 times 5 times 2. Yes. What are the values? And even if you are not going this way, let me show you another method, which is the manual method. Okay. Now focus. If you are not understanding how to use the calculator, or if your calculator doesn't have that option, we can also solve it manually. How? Let me show
Sir,
you. Yes.
0.22540338, something like that.
Yeah. Is it minus 0.2254?
Yes.
So we need to round it off to two decimal place. So to two decimal place, the answer will be minus 0.225 would become minus 0.23. Agree?
Yes.
Two decimal place. Look, students, the answer you got in calculator is minus 0.2254. We need to round it off to the two decimal place. So it must be minus 0.23. Agree?
Yes.
Now let me tell you how you will get this answer without, I mean that if you don't have that calculator, how you get this answer. Now check above. X equals to minus 10. Do you agree that when the bracket opens, the minus sign would be with the 10?
Yes.
And then what is 10 square? Is that 100?
Yes.
And then 4, 5 times 20, 22 times 40 divided by 10. And then the other answer will be minus 10. There would be minus sign. Do you understand why the sign changes here? Now, what is 100 minus 40? 60?
60.
Can you put that in your calculator?
Yes.
Now, tell me answers. I think now everyone can solve this one. What other answer is you're getting? Yes.
Minus 1.77.
Exactly, minus 1.77459.
Yes.
So it will be rounded off to minus 1.77 to two decimal
Yes.
place. So these are the two answers. Students, if you have that calculator, you can get this answer directly within seconds. But if you have other calculators, obviously it will take some time. I suppose that you all have that mode option. Maybe you are not searching it correctly.
There, I do have that calculator, but like when I just put the values, it gives the wrong answers.
Okay, could you please tell me the model of your calculator?
It's the FX90.
FX 991, yes, correct?
Yes.
Okay, now just follow it with me. Okay, just all clear your screen. AC, all clear it. Done.
Yeah.
Press all clear. Okay. Now press mode. It's only mode. And tell me what options would you see there.
The that equation.
Complex. Number three stat. Number four base. Number five equation. Are these?
Yeah.
Now press five. Do you see four equations?
Yes.
Now choose the third one. Okay.
Yeah.
Press three. Press three. Now, did they ask you for ABC values?
Yes.
Now enter A as 5, press 5 and press equals to, okay? And then enter 10 and press equals to, then enter 2, which is the value of C, and enter equals to. Are you done?
Yes.
Press equals to one more time. What you are you getting the value of x1? Yes. Are you getting the
And
value of x?
yeah,
What is the value that is displayed on your calculator for x1?
it's in the fraction form.
Yeah. Tell me the fraction. Tell me.
-5 plus the square root
Root of
for 15
15 over
divided
5.
by 5.
Okay. Now find SD button in your calculator. Do you find S arrow D? There is an arrow between S and D. S alphabet and D alphabet. Do you find that button? It is below cos. Do you see cos button? Cos, sine, cos, tan.
Yes.
Do you find SD button?
Yeah.
Okay. Now press that SD button. What you got?
0.22, negative 0.
Minus. Okay, and then press equals to again to get the second value. Press equals to. Do you get the second value x2?
Yeah.
And press SD. Check the decimal version.
It's negative 0.22.
No, negative 1.77. Is it? Is it? Are you getting x2 value?
Yes.
And what is your x2 value in decimal? Negative 1.77?
Yes.
Yes. Now, do you understand, Aline, how you get this value in a quicker way? Okay, girls, let me solve one more question with both the methods, the calculator one and the manual one, okay? These questions are very easy. You don't need to worry about quadratic equations. They are way more easy. Okay, now tell me, are they asking for the two decimal place value?
Yes.
Let's write the equation. What is the equation? Equation is 2x squared plus 3x minus 3. Is it written in a standard form?
Yes.
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 What is What is the value of A?
2,
2,
2. What is the value of B?
3,
3,
3 plus 3.
Plus 3. What is the value of C?
minus 3.
Negative 3.
minus 3.
Minus 3. And let's write the formula. That is the next step. The formula is x equals to minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 2a.
Yes.
Now after writing the formula, we need to substitute the values. Let's substitute the values. Minus b means minus bracket open 3 plus 3. B square means 3 square minus 4a. A is 2 and C is minus 3.
Yes.
Just highlighting these ones so that you will understand that these are the values that we write for B, A, and C. Okay. Now, once you reach this step, you need to use your calculator. Either you go with the FX991ES or any other calculator. You must need once you reach this step, you must need to use your calculator because it's a two decimal place and it's only your calculator that could give you answer to two decimal place.
Sir,
You can't get yes.
sir, with the positive sign, the answer is 0.68614066.
Okay, it's great. Okay, now please check this one. How many values we are getting from here? Obviously, two values because it's a quadratic equation. Agree?
Yes.
Now, if you have FX991ES, okay, so who was there? Like Aline? Yeah, Aline. Aline,
Yes.
are you there? Okay, Aline, press mod. Okay, and then 5, and then 3, and then substitute the values of A, B, and C. A is 2, B is 3, C is minus 3. Are you done?
Yes.
What is the value you are getting? The first value you are getting for X?
0.68.
Yes. X is equals to 0.686. So 686 would be rounded off to what? 686 would be rounded off to 69 to two decimal place. Look, students, we got 0.686. So is it correct to 6861? Is it correct to round it off it to 0.69 to two decimal place? Yes.
Sir, I got 0.92.
No, maybe you are putting a wrong sign. Okay, I'll check. I'll check. Don't worry. Okay, Aline, what's your second answer? Don't worry, I'll do it with the manual as well. Just let me get off with the Aline once. She's solving it with the calculator. So, Aline, what's your next answer? Press equals to. You'll get the next answer.
Negative 2.186.
Negative 2.186, and it could be rounded off to negative 2.2. 2 point, no, 2.19. Yes, students, do you agree? Two decimal place is 2.19. 86 would be turned to 9.
Yes.
Now, understand the same step using, like, if you don't have FX991EX. Now, let me show you how we'll solve. Okay, other girls, with look, X equals to, you need to put this thing in your calculator once. X equals to minus, before calculator, let me show you how to do. Minus 3 plus root of, what is 3 square? Do you agree 3 square is 9?
9.
Yes.
minus 4, okay, 4 2 times 8, 8 minus 3 times minus 24, and minus 24 and minus, is that plus 24? Check.
Yes.
Agree? Yes. And then in the denominator we have 4.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And what is 9 plus 20? What is 9 plus
30
24? What is
33.
9 plus 20? 9 plus 24 is 33. So is it correct if I write 33 here rather than 9, rather than that sum?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and you have another answer with the same calculation, but there is only one difference, that there must be a negative sign. Now, girls, you can solve this one easily on your simple calculators and let me know the answer in decimal.
The first one is 0.686.
Hmm.
Second one
Second
is the
one.
same, sir. Minus 2.186.
Okay, so now do you understand how to solve it with the calculator mode and without the calculator mode?
Yes.
Exactly. But maybe after some days or after some months, I would suggest you to buy this calculator Casio 991 ES. You'll get that from Noon. Usually it comes with an offers 80 reals or 85 reals. Then you can get that same calculator from the open market for the same price, under 100 real. But believe me, this is the calculator that you would keep it with you for the next 8 years or maybe next 9 years. This is the calculator that will help you in your university, in your A-level exam, first your IGCSE exam, then in your A-level exam, and then later on when you enter university, inshallah, this is you won't require any other calculator. This is the calculator that is allowed in all the Cambridge and Edexcel exams. This is the calculator allowed for IGCSE A levels and even in the university. This is the complex calculator, and 4 years university, 2 year A level, 2 year or 3 year your IGCSE. So it would be around 4 to 6 plus 3, 9 years. You can use this calculator. I'm using this calculator since almost since 2003. Most of you were not born, I suppose, at that time. Not most of you, I think all of you are, you people are, which year born? 2006 and 7?
2012.
12,
2013.
13.
13, yeah. So I'm using this calculator even you were born 10 years before you were born. I'm using it since 2003. I'm using it. I used that in my university. I used that in my higher secondary exam, and now I'm using it with my students. So that this is the best investment under 100 real. Okay. And not only this chapter, let me tell you that once you are going to start solving quadratic graph, this calculator will help you out solving graphs. And it's not cheating, it's not a trick, it is allowed. This calculator is allowed in to take it with you in examination. You can solve quadratic equation. You can solve simultaneous linear equation with that calculator. Obviously, you need to show steps, but to confirm your answer, you must need to have this calculator. At the end of the class, I would share the image of this calculator with Irha, then Irha would share it with you. Okay. And this is not like it's not only in mathematics, in chemistry, when you deal with the stoichiometric calculation later on in your next term, and in physics, when you have a lot of other things to calculate, this is the best calculator to deal with. Okay. Now let's solve one more question. Do you find this quadratic formula easier? Much easier? Yeah.
Yes.
Now let's solve question number 3. Okay, tell me which type of equation is that? Question number 3.
Quadratic.
How you get to know quadratic? If the value of the maximum power of variable is 1. How? How is quadratic?
by multiplying the first bracket with the other bracket.
Exactly. You means we need to first expand the bracket to get to know which type of equation is that.
Yes.
Yes.
So first, x multiplied with x generating x squared, and then x multiplied with plus 4 generating plus 4x, and then minus 7 multiplied with x generating minus 7x, and then minus 7 multiplied with 4 generating minus 28 equals to 0. Is that how we expand brackets?
Yes.
Do we have any like terms there?
Yes. 4 and 7.
So what is plus 4 minus 7?
Minus 3.
Minus 3x. Now, is it a quadratic equation written in a standard form? Did we convert it
Yes.
into a standard
Yes.
form? Very well done. Now, what are the values of A, B, and C?
1
A is
minus
1.
3 and minus
1,
28.
-3, -28.
Exactly, 1, -3, and -28 are the values of A, B, and C. And now we write the formula XC. These are the steps that you must need to follow. If you won't follow any, if you miss any of the step, they will deduct your marks. So first of all, write it in a standard form. Next, just find out the values of A, B, and C. Next, put them in the formula. Substitute, first write the formula and then substitute the value. The formula must need to be written here. So x equals to minus b means minus 3 plus minus root of b square means root of minus 3's whole square minus 4. A is 1. C is minus 28. Okay. And then 2a. What is 2a? 2 times a. What is a?
2,
2.
1.
2 times 1. Okay. Now, because I have less space, I would write the answer directly. But for you people, what you do, look, let me tell you. You need to put that in calculator. So minus 3 is plus 3. B square minus 3 square is what? Plus 9.
9.
9.
Okay, and minus 4 times 1 is minus 4. Minus 4 times minus 28 is plus 112. So 9 plus 112 is 121. Do you agree?
Yes.
Divided by
Yes.
2, 1. And what is under root 121? Is that 11? Is that
11.
Yes. So this will be
Yes.
simplified to, there will be two answers, 3 plus under root 11 over 2. And the next answer would be, solution would be 3 minus. Do you understand why we have minus here? Because it's plus minus. So we separated them. Agree? Now you would have two math answers. And if you have FX 991 ES, just press mod 5, 3, but enter the value of A
Sir,
as
for the
1.
first one, 3.15831.
1.3, I've got 1.316. I got
Sir, for the
Sir,
first
I have a
1.316.
question.
Yeah, just turn by turn. First of all, Aline, you need to tell me the answer. I'll come up to you all. Just wait. Yes, Aline, what's your answers?
X1, X1 is 3.5.
No, I think you put, maybe I made a mistake. Yeah, I think I made a mistake. Just a second, let me correct
sir,
my answer. Yes.
sir,
Um,
for when you took under root of
so
121, so wouldn't it just be 3 plus 11 over 2?
Oh, yes, that's a mistake we made here. Very well done. Thank you for correcting me here. So 3 plus 11 is what? 14. 14 over 2 is 7. 3
7.
minus 11 is what? Minus 8. Minus 8 over 2 is 4. Minus 4. Now, Aline, are you doing it with your calculator, the mod ones?
Yes, I just divided by 2.
And we are getting my 7 and -4 with that calculator as well. Now you may ask your question turn by turn. Thank you for correcting this one. Yes, under root 121 is 11. I accidentally write it under root 11. Doubts, girls. Here girls doubt.
No, sir.
Sure, no doubt.
Yes.
Okay, let's solve one more as a class task. And in this one, I will not help you out, brother. I will ask you each of you for your answers. Okay? So you just need to call out your answers. Okay? That's a class
Sir,
task.
I have a question on the above one. Can we
Yeah.
solve it the other way? Like, because it's already simplified. So x plus 7 is equals to 0, and then, uh, no, x minus 7 is equals to 0, and then 7 goes into the other side, and then it's x is equals to
Oh,
7.
yes. Wait. And we saw, we already, yeah, you mean what to do? Using the factorization method. That's what you want?
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
factors we can take out
Yeah,
like that.
obviously you can use it with the factor that. Look, it depends on, I use it the quadratic formula just because I was explaining the quadratic formula, but it's just a 1 mark question. The actual, like, I just want to show you that you need to convert that into standard form if it's written like this, but it's a 1 mark question, and let me show you. Yeah, yes, she's right. The actual way of solving this question is, isn't it either or?
Yes.
So x minus 7 equals to 0, x plus 4 equals to 0. And in that way, you got x as 7 and x as -4. Are these the same answers we got after quadratic formula? Yes.
Yes.
I just show you the longer way that how to convert into standard form and then solve it with the. Is there anything written here like 2 decimal place?
No.
No. So that is just for the sake of how to get the expanded brackets and solve it using quad. Although this question is not from the quadratic formula. Okay. Okay, class task girls. Once you are done, just say I'm done, and I will ask you for the value that you have got. Okay. Your time starts now.
Sir, done.
Done.
Who's done? Okay. Who else? Aline done, Irhal done. Isho and Areej.
Sir, I'm writing on the copy, so just give me a second.
Okay. Areej, are you done?
Yes, sir. Right now.
Okay, starting off with Irha. Irha, what is your answer?
The first value is 1.13 and second value is minus 2.63.
But did you round it off into two decimal place? I suppose no. Okay. Aline, what's your answers?
For x1, it's 1.14, and for x2, it's negative 2.63.
Your second value is wrong. Check again. Did you round it off to two decimal place? No.
Sir, it would be
Oh,
minus 2.64.
yeah. Areej, what's your answer?
The first value is 1.14 and the second value is minus 2.64.
Isha?
The first one is 1.14 and the next one is negative 2.64.
First one is 1 point. Yes, you all got it correct, except the first time you just answer it without rounded it off. So the first value is 1.14 because it is 1.137. So rounded off to two decimal place makes it 1.14. And the second value is minus 2.637. That's why it is rounded off to minus 2.64. Girls doubt.
No.
No, sir.
No.
So let me see if we have any complex kind of questions for the quadratic formula. We'll solve that one. We'll leave these. These are the simple ones. We just need to put these values in the formula. I'm looking for a bit different question that would give you a tougher. Oh, these are all same, same. Just A is 1, B is 4, C is minus 22. Nothing good. Same. Okay. No more difficult questions we find here for quadratic. Girls, let me know if you have any doubt understanding the middle term method, the factorization, and the second method, which is quadratic formula. Yes.
Sir, I came a little late, so can you tell what was the middle term breaking method?
Okay, we'll solve a few more questions of middle term rate, and then we'll jump on to. Okay, one more thing I need to ask here. You have exam on Sunday, if I'm not wrong.
On
On
Saturday.
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 Well, but in your sheet, it's written Sunday.
Yes, sir,
No, the
because
sheet
Which
of
got
the
changed.
They got changed. Okay. Now, please understand the middle term. Let's solve few of the difficult questions of the what you call it, uh, middle term rate method. Let me check if I have those ones. in- Yes, this one. This is a very good and very uh, complex kind of question. We'll solve this one. I'll show you students how. These are the algebraic expressions. How, oh, sorry, algebraic fractions. So you need to check this question. And so, okay, who came late? It was Ali. Oh, Arij. Arij, you
Yes.
came late? Okay,
Yes.
Arish, listen, Arish, we have like how do we identify whether the equation is linear or quadratic? Remember that the maximum power of the variable, if it is one, it is a linear equation. And if the maximum power of the variable is two, it will be a quadratic equation. We have three methods to solve quadratic equations. Number one, factorization, which is also called as middle term break method. And number two is quadratic formula, which we have just covered. And number three is the completing the square method. So these are the three methods with which we solve quadratic equations and how we identify quadratic equation. If the maximum power of the variable is 2, we call it quadratic equation. More always remember that quadratic equation will always give you two answers. Okay. Over here, it is not a quadratic equation, but there is a quadratic expression written in the numerator, and there is a quadratic expression written in the denominator as well. Do you agree with this statement?
Yes.
Because the maximum power is 2 and the maximum power is 2 in both numerator and denominator. So that's why we have, this is not an equation. This is an expression. And that's why they ask you to simplify. For the equation, they would ask you to solve. Equations are meant to be solved, which means you need to find the value of the variable. But expressions are only simplified and factorized. Okay, now listen. How we'll solve this one? So we have a quadratic equation expression in the numerator and a quadratic expression in the denominator. So from the numerator, I'm taking 4 common. Is it correct to take 4 common?
Yes.
And inside the bracket, it will be x squared minus 4x. Now that
Yes.
we take 4, if we take 4x common, then
X minus 4.
x minus 4. Yeah, we need to take the 4x common. Okay, now focus on in the numerator. Do we have a quadratic expression in the numerator?
Yes.
Now understand, we solve this one, or rather not solve, we simplify or factorize this one using middle term break method. Now understand the first step of a middle term break or a factorization. Both names would be correct to say. Either you call it factorization of a quadratic expression or you call it the middle term break method. So what in the first step, we multiply the coefficient of x squared. So what with the constant term. So Arij, what is the coefficient of x squared?
Coefficient of x squared 2.
Plus 2. We multiply it with the constant. Do you agree that minus 56 is the constant in this expression?
Yes, we multiply.
We multiply. So what we generate? 2 times minus 56 is minus 112. Do you agree?
Yes.
And then the second step is we look for the middle value. What is the middle value?
Plus 6.
Either you call it a middle value or you call it the coefficient of x. Is it correct? Is that a coefficient of x?
Yes.
So plus 6 is the coefficient of x. So we look for that coefficient. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. I just. For the interruption. Okay, so we look for the middle value that is plus 6. Now, Arij, we need to find two numbers that would multiply to give minus 112. And when they would be added, they would give a sum or a difference of plus 6. Now, how to do that? You can use your calculator. Find two numbers with a difference of 6 and they multiply to give 112. Okay. Like for example, with a difference of 6, uh, 18 and 12, 18 times 12 is, no, it's 216, a bigger number. Okay, because it's a negative product, so obviously one of them would be negative. Yes, students, what are those two numbers? What about 14 and 8? Yeah, I've got it. Look, do you agree that plus 14 multiplied with
-8.
minus 8 is 112, minus 112, agree?
Yes.
Yes.
And plus 14 when added to minus 8, it's plus 6.
Yes.
Now
Yes.
what the next step is to write 2x square and minus 56 as it is. Okay. And then in the middle, you need to break this minus 6x. How we break that minus 6x? 14x minus 8x is minus 6x. Do you believe?
Yes.
So 14x minus 8x. Doubt. Yes, Arij, what doubt you have here?
Um, we can like we can solve 14x minus 8x.
Actually, we are not solving it. We actually break the 6. Is it correct that 6x can be written as 14x minus 8x?
We can take common.
Yes, in the next step, we take common. So 4x into x minus 4 divided by, can we take 2x common from the first two terms?
Yes.
And in the bracket, it will be x plus 7.
Yes.
And then minus 8 common. Then inside the bracket, it will be x plus 7 because when the negative number is
Yeah.
taken common, the sign changes. Agree or not?
Yes.
And then we have 2x minus 8 as one of the factor and x plus 7 as one of the factor. Agree?
Yes.
Are we done?
Yes.
No. Let me show you
Oh, we
why we
can.
are not done. Yes,
Sir, can we take 2 common in the next one? The 2x minus 8.
exactly. Yes, exactly. That's what we need to do. And in that way, we can say 2 1 times 2, 2, 2 times 4, and this is gone. So the simplified form is 2x in the numerator, only that is left.
Yes.
Tell me, now you're down. If girls doubt,
No.
No, sir.
no doubt. Okay. So let's solve one more question and I'll show you how. This is the big question, contains 3 mark. I don't know why it's, yeah, let's solve. Okay, girls, do you know how to solve algebraic fractions?
You.
Yeah, let me tell you a give brief and brief thing here that you will not never forget this. 1/4 plus 2/4. What is the answer?
3/4.
3/4.
Okay, very well done. 3/9 plus 4/9. What's the answer?
7/9.
2 over 118 plus 4 over 16. What's the answer? Now you got
We're
stuck.
supposed to turn 16 into 118 by multiplying it with some specific
Why?
digit.
Why?
Because we
Because
need the denominators to be same so we can add.
exactly. So this is the rule that we follow while solving the fraction that if their denominators, if we make their denominators same, we can add and subtract the fractions. Agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, the same rule we follow with the algebraic fractions. Now, 2x and x plus 1, they are not same. So you mean that the fractions denominators are not same and we need to make them same. And to make them same, always remember that we multiply the first fraction by the denominator of the second fraction in the numerator and as well as in the denominator. And we multiply the second fraction by the denominator of the first fraction. Are we doing same here? Are we multiplying the
Yes.
denominator? Yes, look, it's a kind of a cross multiplication. Let me show you how. Look, this is 2x. It was the denominator of the first fraction. Agree? And then we have x plus 1. And then x plus 1, it was the denominator of the second fraction. Agree? So do you understand how we did here, that here?
Yes.
Yes.
And now are the denominators same? Which, which means we can
Uh,
take this denominator as a common denominator. Can we take it as a common denominator?
Yes.
So this is the rule we follow. If even if it's a complex question, don't worry about that. Just follow the rule. Believe me, you will not get it wrong. Just follow the rule and you'll get the solution correct. The rule is to add two fractions, their denominators must be same. And if their denominators are not same, make them same by multiplying the first fraction with the denominator of the second fraction and multiplying the second fraction with the denominator of the first fraction. Now we'll simplify this one. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 1 is 3. Do we have like terms here?
Yes.
And then we expand the bracket. When this thing move 3x plus 2x is 5x plus 3. And when the denominator moved to the right hand side, it multiplied with the 0, generating 0.
Zero.
And then we have f5x equals to minus 3 and x equals to minus 3 over 5. Yes, girls, understood
Sir,
already.
are we supposed to write this
Yes.
like in fraction or should we also convert it into decimal?
Both answers will be considered correct. They will not, according to the rule, they will not deduct your answer. They will not deduct your mark if your answer is in fraction or if it is in decimal. Doesn't matter. Try to understand fraction, decimal, or mixed number. They are equally considered the right at the end of the answer. So either you give the answer in a fraction or you give it in a unless it is meant. Did they mention here to give answer in a decimal? Did they mention?
No.
And
No.
no. So and if your school teacher, if she deduct your marks giving answer in fraction or in a mixed number rather than giving answer in decimal, you can approach to your headmaster or your principal because this is not the rule in Cambridge. In
So if
Cambridge,
the
yeah.
if the answer is an improper fraction, do we have to turn it to mixed number?
If it is, look, you can give it as a mixed number, you can give it as a fraction, you can give the answer as decimal. All three will be considered correct if in case it is not mentioned. That's what I'm trying to stress here. Try to understand that if in the statement of the question, if they didn't mention any specific type of answer. You can give the answer in either fraction, mixed number, or a decimal. They will not deduct your mark. This is not the rule. Okay. They have to follow the rule. In
Okay.
IGCSE or in a Cambridge curriculum, you are not, the teachers are not supposed to deduct your marks if the answer is in fraction or in decimal unless specified by the question. Obviously, when we are solving questions related to quadratic graph, did they mention give the answer to two decimal place? Check. Check your screen. Did they mention to give correct? So
Yes.
now tell me if you give
Yes.
answer. Now tell me if you give answer in fraction over here. Obviously, your marks will be deducted. Okay.
Okay.
So unless if it is not mentioned, you don't need to worry. Okay.
Okay.
Now, okay, last question, and then we'll have our class tomorrow at 2 p.m. KSA. We'll solve the completing the square method, similarity, and yeah, I think these are the two things left. Completing the square method and similarity.
Yes.
We'll cover
Sir,
that one
coordinate
tomorrow.
geometry.
Yeah, coordinate geometry is just a 15 to 20-minute topic. That's very simple, very easy to understand. So we'll solve that one tomorrow as well. You don't need to worry for it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this one is a quadratic expression x squared is a reach.
Yes.
We'll solve it with the
Okay.
middle term break. So we need to find two numbers that will give you -30 when multiplied and +1 when added. Do you have any two numbers? What about 6?
30 and 1. No. No, 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 no. 5 and 6.
5, 6.
5 and 6. Very well done. 5, 6 means +6 and -5. +6 multiplied with -5 is -30.
Yes.
And +6 added with -5 is 1. +1.
Yes.
Now we write x squared and -30 as it is, and we split that +1x into +6. Do you agree that +6x minus 5x is +1x?
Yes.
Yes.
And then we take x common, -5 common, x +6. If you're getting, remember while you are doing factorization, if you're getting these two same, it means you are doing it correctly. And if you're not getting these two same, your solution is wrong. And do you understand that because -5 was taken common, that's why the sign changes in the bracket?
Yeah.
Yes.
Last part, x -5, x +5. So above in the numerator, there is already factors there. And is it like, do you remember this expression? Isn't it same in part A?
Yes.
Yes.
Can we use its simplified form?
Yes.
Obviously, because it is the part of the same question, I can write x squared plus x -30 and x -5 times x +6.
Yes.
And now,
Sir, are we going to
no,
cut X? Yeah.
that is the answer. You can't go further. Yes, students, doubt.
No,
No.
sir.
Mm.
Okay, let's solve this one as the last question because I want to show you some fractions. Okay, are these, is the denominator same in question number 1?
No.
So we need to make it same. So what we'll do, we'll solve it stepwise. We'll solve this one first. We'll keep it as it is. And then at the last, we'll solve this one. Okay. Now let me show you. So to make the denominator of the first two fractions same, I'm multiplying the first fraction with the denominator of the second fraction. Is it correct? Wait.
Yes.
And I'm multiplying the second fraction with the denominator of the first fraction like this. And we keep this 1 and 1 over 2 as it is. Now they have a common denominator. Agree?
Yes.
So what do we have in the numerator? Is it correct to say it is 5x plus 35 and plus 3x minus 9?
Yes.
So what is 5x plus 3x? Is that 8x? What is 35 minus 9? Is that 26?
26.
Now again we have two fractions and their denominators are not same. So we turn them same by multiplying the first fraction with the denominator of the second fraction in the numerator and as well as in the denominator. And we need to multiply the second fraction with the denominator of the first fraction in with the numerator and with the denominator as well. We have same denominator here.
Yes.
So we can write them as one fraction. 2 8 times 16x, 2 is 26 times 52. Now we need to expand that bracket. X plus x square. X times 7 is 7x. Minus 3 times x is minus 3x. Minus 3 times plus 7 is minus 21. Agree, students?
Sir, can we
Yes.
cut before doing this step, or we can?
No, we need to wait.
Negative
Okay.
20.
6x minus 3x is x. Does x squared have any like term? No. So we keep it to x squared. And then 16x plus 7x is how much?
That is, wait, 23.
23x. 23x minus 3x is 20x.
Yes.
And then 52 minus 21 is 31. Okay. Divided by 2 times x minus 3 and x plus 7. And if you wish to solve this bracket, you can. It will be x. X times x is x squared. X times 7 is 7x. X times minus 3x and minus 7x minus 3x is 4x. Minus 3 times 7 is 21. Minus 21. So x squared plus 20x plus 31 divided by 2x squared plus 8x minus 42. And we can make the factor, then if they would be cut down. No need, rather. What they write? Write it. What was the question?
Simplest form.
As a single fraction.
Yes.
With yeah.
Sir, how did you get x squared plus 4x minus 21? Acha, okay.
So x multiplied with the x, generating x squared. X multiplied with 7, generating 7x. Minus 3 multiplied with x, minus 3x. Minus 3 multiplied with plus 20 plus 7 is minus 21. So x squared plus 4x minus 21. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, students, doubt?
No,
No.
sir.
Join the class tomorrow after Jummah prayer at 2 p.m. KSA so that to cover similarity, to coordinate geometry, and the what you call completing the square bracket. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for joining the class, and I would request you to share the link. Okay, Irha will share the link with you all, and then you can share that link with your class fellows further. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Allah Hafiz, sir.
That is.